Thanks for your support as channel member, Callum! Pierre Gasly's run of 3 straight victories has put him on the brink of becoming world champion, something we can achieve today in Suzuka. Hello folks and welcome to episode 51 of Haas with F2 and GP2 champions only. We're gearing up for the Japanese Grand Prix, round 12 of season 3, the final season on F1 Manager 2023 that we're going to be doing, and we could win a title today. Pierre Gasly has an 82 point lead over George Russell. If he leaves Japan with a 94 point lead, he's champion. So we have to outscore Russell by 12 points. In short, Russell must finish on the podium, because if he finishes outside of the top 3 and Gasly wins the race, then that's a 13 point swing, job done. Although, not sure about what happens with Verstappen. Although he is 85 points behind, so it's probably about the same, to be honest. So I only calculated it based on George Russell, but it's not hugely likely. But you know, if Red Bull have a disaster this weekend, then we could see it happen. And there's rain on Sunday, so anything could happen. We're also chasing the Constructors' Championship. As you can see here, we're extending our lead over Red Bull. And of course, we return to Suzuka, a place of very fond memories for Haas. It's where we got our first victory last season in a 1-2, headed by Felipe Drugovich, who's now rated 82. He has improved this season, of course, a race winner in Spa. And yeah, maybe he can channel some of his exploits from 2024 and help lead us to victory. If he is leading, he probably would have to move out of the way to put Gasly in a position to win the championship. But if we're not going to get that swing, then we're not going to bother. So I'm going to get to the track. I'll see you in qualifying for what could be another soggy Saturday, but we're aiming to put the cars at the front of the grid. Bad news for Felipe Drugovich. He is out in Q2, 12th fastest, and it's because we had a one and done session, so we had to get straight out there. Gasly was the first car, and obviously then everyone else gets a bit of a slipstream, so they tended to go a bit faster if they had the machinery. Interestingly, Fernando Alonso fastest for Aston Martin, but Oscar Piastri got in between our two cars and he's not as quick as we'd like, so Drugovich got held up essentially and got bumped out along with Carlos Sainz in the Mercedes. So he'll have to do a recovery drive in the race, but we've still got a pole position to get with Gasly. Is it going to be wet to start the session? It is. Let's see what's going to happen. Okie dokie, here we go for our final qualifying lap. The rain did arrive at the start of the session. It's dried up, and I've waited to do our one and only lap on soft tyres. Didn't bother going out on inters. Lewis Hamilton, currently the fastest man in the first sector. I think times are just going to be faster and faster and faster throughout. What's Gasly done? Only a personal best, 30.4. So he's going to need to pull out a middle sector for the ages. Verstappen now the top dog in Sector 1. Hamilton goes to the top of the pile, but everyone behind has the chance to improve. We don't seem quite as quick this weekend. Gasly not fastest of anybody middle sector. Verstappen is behind us and going enormously fast. Here comes Gasly, crosses the line, second fastest, so Verstappen will probably go to the top. He does. We'll start on the second row. Yeah, I didn't anticipate a wild Lewis Hamilton being in the mix, but how far we are? Over half a second off pole. Wow, that is absolutely insane. And we're 3/10 slower than Hamilton. We've got to put our thinking caps on for the Grand Prix, because we've got some strategy games to pull. Two very different strategies for two very different races I can see here. So we've got rain about halfway through, maybe sort of about halfway through, because it's between lap 20 and 30, that it's due to arrive. Drugovich starting 12th. We're going to run long on him and go with the hards. With Gasly, I'm going to go aggressive at the start. Get off the line, hustle the front runners on a set of softs. I'm prepared to pit as well and be on better tyres coming back through as the rain arrives. So hopefully we can get into the lead, build a gap, pit, and then come out and kind of do it all again, to be honest. But that rain arriving sort of midway through the race is going to cause some trouble. So I'm going to underfuel a little bit with both drivers, because you recover the fuel in the rain. So that should help us be even faster. Right, let's get to the grid and see if we can crown a champion. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Let's do a motor race. It's just like 2021. We've got Verstappen on the right, Hamilton on the left. 5 red lights. They weren't held for long, were they? The lights are out. The race is on. Gasly looking to get in amongst it. And I can see that the 2 front runners are on mediums as Hamilton goes down the inside of Verstappen and takes the lead in a move that looked a little bit like Senna and Prost. He's holding off the Dutchman. They're side by side. Who is going to be coming out on top in this? Through the Dunlop curve, Verstappen will have the line and surely will have the place. Gasly is just sitting there thinking, go on, just do what you did in Singapore and bang wheels and I'll do the rest. So we'll get Gasly driving in clean air because he'll need to make some progress. So this is a decent start for us. Sonoda is actually the closest challenger to us. He's holding back George Russell. Right now, not in a championship winning position, but there's still 3 rounds after this. More than enough time to get the job done. Gasly going round the outside of Verstappen here. I was just keeping an eye on things. I think we've got the place. Gasly to 2nd place. Russell down to 6th. So this is currently, I would think, it's only a 10-point swing. Russell would pick up 8 points for that position. But Gasly could now get himself into the lead and start pulling away from this squabbling pair of Hamilton and Verstappen. Let's hop on board with the Frenchman, and we're just gonna absolutely go past like he's in a different category. Pierre Gasly into the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix, and it was very, very easy, wasn't it just? And we move in front. We'll have to defend with some from DRS of Hamilton, but we should have enough to do that. 6 tenths, 7 tenths, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, looking all good at the moment. Just checking in here with Felipe Drugovich as he moves ahead of first Bottas and then Perez. He takes 2 cars in one fell swoop and is now up into the top 10. So he'd just been biding his time there, storing up his battery. We deployed said battery and he has cleared that pair. Now can get after Charles Leclerc. Pierre Gasly is on his way to the pit lane. He's got 16 seconds, almost 17 back to Drugovich. If we can get him out in front of Sainz, who's 23.8 behind now, that would be kind of ideal. Obviously, we'd lose a lot of track position to the people we were fighting. Where are we going to drop out? So Sainz is even boxed, so we'll pop out in front of Perez, and that works out nicely for us. We'll be on fresh tyres, we'll be much faster. The rain has actually got later, so picking the hards and choosing to stop is going to play out very nicely for us, I would think. We're going to have to get the team orders out here because Drugovich is about to be holding up Pierre Gasly, so we're going to ask him to move out of the way, and he does it on the exit of Spoon Corner, which kind of cost him some time there, but it does put Gasly straight into DRS range of George Russell, and the leading Red Bull driver in the championship is probably not going to enjoy this very much. Gasly has led the race, pitted, and now re-overtaken him. We are absolutely flying along. Everybody else's tyres are getting to the point where they're exhausted. And Gasly is just getting warmed up. He's going to pick this lot off one at a time. He's only 4.6 seconds off the lead. They're all so slow. They're all so slow. It pays so much dividends to do the stop midway through before a rain period if it comes like halfway through the race in F1 Manager, because you just gain so much time in this phase. If you know how to get past people, you will be absolutely fine. And look, we're just going to tuck up behind Stroll, squeeze Alonso up against the curbs, and I think we'll have the position. Thanks very much. And we'll soon dispatch Stroll, and we're now just 3.5 seconds off the lead.
So most likely more rain coming.
Thank you, Jon Becker. Rain is coming. We're 4 minutes out from it, and Pierre Gasly is inside a second of Max Verstappen. So he's passed these two, left them behind by about 9 seconds, and has now made up about 12 seconds to them after a pit stop. So when it comes to race pace, we are absolutely the car to be in. I see rain too, Pierre. Don't you worry. It's not your eyes deceiving you. It's not going to, well, it's going to increase quite steadily, and then we'll definitely need to be inters. It will only be inters, not like in Singapore where we needed to go to full wets. So I think we do one more lap and then we're going to be bringing them in. I think we're going to have to delay Felipe's stop one more lap. Gasly's right on this pair. He's absolutely all over them. Let's deploy the battery. Let's attack on the tyres. We're going through for second place. That's Verstappen on the outside. And I think that's job done, is it? It's super close, but it is as position gained for Pierre Gasly. And can Gasly go past Hamilton again? He's going to do exactly the same move again. Oh, Hamilton gives us the squeeze. And it's close into Spoon, but Hamilton resists. But Gasly, with the extra grip and the deployment of the battery, takes the lead. And we're going to call him to the pit lane. Well done, Gasly. You're in the lead. Come to the pit lane. Get some intermediates on your car. I think they'll follow us in. Hamilton's in. Verstappen's in. There you go. We've called it perfectly. The problem is, they are at the start of the pit lane. What we need is a few cars to come in and hold them up. So, is Drugovich that car? Not quite. Is Gasly away? No, let us go, please. Oh, Hamilton's in front. Well, we've got to do it all again. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. Russell has got himself up into 4th now through the pit stop shuffle. We've got a VSC. That is useful for us in terms of saving fuel. Doesn't really do anything in terms of the race situation, because if we pitted, we wouldn't have enough time to catch back up. There's no point in pitting because the tyres will go to the end as it is. So it's just to take a breather, lads, and we'll go again. It saves us extra fuel because we're going slow. And that means we can attack earlier and attack harder against Hamilton later on in the race. Okay, VSC has ended. We're immediately on the attack against Lewis Hamilton. Can we find a way past the 7 times world champion of Formula One? We're right on the Ferrari's gearbox. We're attacking on the tyres. We might as well push with the engine. Drugovich is also right in the fight now for P4. So it's all action at Haas. And we're looking to make moves. Can we get Gasly into championship winning position? Not just yet. Tyres getting a bit too hot. Okay, the fight is back on again. Gasly right underneath the rear wing of Hamilton. Drugovich has dropped back from Russell. He's now almost 2 seconds behind, but he's just clear of Lance Stroll. So it's not done yet for 5th place, but there is... Oh, Gasly looking around the outside. Is this the moment? No, it's not. Maybe now. Maybe now. Gasly inside of 130R. Oh, Hamilton cuts him off. We're still driving in clean air. This surely has to be it. Attack on the tyres. We've got plenty of battery. There are just a handful of laps to go, and Gasly's going down the inside.
So we have 4 laps to go.
And this is the move for the championship. Gasly to the inside, taking the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix. But we need to manage the tyres and the fuel. That is a superb overtake. Let's have another look at it. Into turn 1. And it's almost a passing of the baton, isn't it? Hamilton, a multiple-time world champion. And obviously he doesn't want to be overtaken, but Gasly passing that man, the multiple world champion in Lewis Hamilton. Oh no! I don't believe it!
The brakes are really poor.
Keep focused.
Oh, Pierre, you've been so good all season, and then this. I don't believe it. And he's down to 3rd now, so that's his run of race wins done. Oh, Pierre, I don't believe it. We're running out of fuel, actually. We need to put a stop to that. Drugovich has just got himself into P4, actually, so there is some good news. Round the outside of Spoon, he's loving these round the outside moves, isn't he? Stroll is right there. This has been a scrap and a half, hasn't it? I mean, I've tried to show you as much of this as I can, but we've been focused on Gasly. I don't believe what's happened in this race. Final lap. Gasly's coming home 3rd. Verstappen is behind Hamilton. Ferrari haven't won a race this season. And they're going to pick today to do exactly that, to win a race. Lewis Hamilton, I don't think he's won a race in this save. So it's been a long drought for Lewis. But he ends that drought with victory here in Suzuka. He beats Max Verstappen. And Pierre Gasly comes home for 3rd, which is not enough for the World Championship. He opens up another 5 points of gap. But obviously now the number needed for him to be ahead drastically reduces. So it's like 26 times 3, which is 78, plus 16. It's like, yeah, it's still quite a big number. That, oh no, sorry, it'd be less than that, sorry. It'd be 2 rounds, won't it? So, yeah, Gasly, he probably just needs to finish on the podium, doesn't he, in the next round, and he'll be world champion, and he'll win it in Qatar, more than likely, unless he does more silly things like lock up and go straight on. I mean, what timing? What timing? He was literally in position to become world champion, and he locks up at the hairpin. So, there you go. Lewis Hamilton is a race winner for Ferrari. Maybe a sign of things to come in reality. He beats Max Verstappen. They were on the front row together. The top 3 finished in the order that they finished in the top 3 positions. Hamilton getting the better of the Red Bull driver. Drugovich up 8 places. Norris up 10. Superb drives from them. Tsunoda getting the fastest lap. Ocon the only retirement. In the Constructors, we lose a single point to Red Bull. We now have a 50-point advantage over the Milton Keynes team. And Gasly, now his closest competitor is Verstappen. I'm not sure on what that gap is. It's what, 7. So it is 82 points actually over Verstappen. Still, the leaders actually remained the same. Yeah, so all Gasly has to do is probably just finish 1 place behind Verstappen, and he'll be world champion no matter what the Dutchman does in Qatar, which is also a sprint race, so we have to factor that in as well. But we'll deal with that in the next episode. Oh, we were so close. It was there. I thought we were about to crown another world champion on F1 Manager 2023, but it wasn't to be. I'm pretty certain we'll get the job done in Qatar. So make sure you join me for that. Leave a nice big thumbs up on the video for Felipe Dragojic's performance. He did a brilliant job today. Subscribe for more F1 Manager content coming very, very soon. And I'll see you next time. You're the best fans. It's bye for now.